On November 22nd, 1987, people all over the city of Chicago witnessed probably the most bizarre TV broadcast they had ever seen. Let's talk about it. Now, we've all read stories on the internet, heard tales of monsters and ghosts, strange people, and things of that sort. But today, I want to talk to you guys about one of my personal tales from the internet that has yet to be solved, a mystery that has gone unknown since the year 1987. That instance that I am referring to is the Max Headroom Incident of 1987. This story has been widely discussed on the internet many a time, and now it's my turn to talk about it because I love this story. I don't care if people say, oh, it's just a weird thing that happened and there's not a lot of substance behind it. Guess what? I love it. And I'm going to tell it to you today. On November 22nd, 1987, two TV stations in the city of Chicago had been hijacked during their late night broadcasts. They were interrupted by a person wearing a strange mask sitting on a metal background, babbling and rambling about random things. The first incident took place on WGN TV's 9 p.m. sports broadcast when a strange figure wearing a Max Headroom mask and a pair of sunglasses appeared on the screen, swaying back and forth and rambling about utter nonsense. This was a very short occurrence because the television program was able to regain control of the broadcast very quickly. I believe that it only lasted about 30 seconds before the channel was reclaimed, if you will, by the studio. And they just completely brushed it off, said it was a very weird instance. The broadcaster was very confused and offered his apologies for the interruption. This second incident occurred about 2 hours later on WTTW's 11 p.m. broadcast of Doctor Who's Horror of Fang Rock. At this time, the same figure from the previous channel had appeared on screen, once again swaying back and forth and yelling into the camera. This time, people were able to make out the things that he was saying. He mentioned a bunch of random things, like he brought up a Coke advertisement from the Max Headroom advertisements for a Coke ad that was going around at the time, I guess, as well as the animated TV series Clutch Cargo, WGN sportscaster Chuck Swirsky, the greatest world newspaper nerds, and other seemingly unrelated topics. That broadcast had concluded with the individual in the mask presenting his bare buttocks on live TV, to which he was then spanked by a woman with a fly swatter. And oh boy, would that be one of the strangest things to see on live television for anybody. That would be so weird. If I saw that, I would be thoroughly weirded out. Whilst this individual was getting swatted with a fly swatter, he was yelling, "They're coming to get me," over and over again, with the woman yelling back at him, "Bend over." After this occurred, the Pirators ended the broadcast and returned it back to the channel's broadcasting of the original program after about a 90-second interruption. A criminal investigation from the FCC then occurred to investigate the what happened and how these interruptions could have happened, but they were unable to find out who the people responsible were or where specifically they were broadcasting from. Now this really is an interesting story to me. It's short and I love it. There's not much to tell. There's a mystery to it. And to me, it falls under the category of the kind of stuff on the internet that gives me the chills. I don't know why, but it does. I can only imagine being a TV viewer in 1987, just watching the local news or Doctor Who, to then be interrupted by somebody in a mask. That had to be scary to somebody. But like I said, nobody was ever able to figure out what exactly happened on that very night, November 22nd, 1987, in Chicago, Illinois. And the Max Headroom Incident remains to this day as the most bizarre and unsolved mysteries of media history. Ladies and gentlemen, I love this story, and I don't care how many times it's been covered on the internet. I love it. It's great. And maybe you guys enjoy it. Maybe you guys have the same appreciation for it as I do. And I also hope that you guys liked this video and that you will comment and subscribe, share. It really does mean the most. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.